Something highly unusual is happening in the United States right now. Look around. If you've been paying attention lately, you can absolutely feel it. We're watching multiple, completely unprecedented crises building up at the exact same time. This explainer is going to break down this massive convergence of events. It's a sequence that is quietly but forcefully reshaping our entire landscape. The pressure is building, and we need to talk about it. So, is America entering a new crisis phase? It's the exact question being whispered behind closed doors right now. Think about what we're witnessing all at once. We've got an unexpected surge in emergency alerts, sudden political tension, mounting economic pressure, and these overlapping global warnings. Look, any single one of those would be a massive headline on its own. But all of them happening at the exact same time, it completely validates that underlying anxiety so many of us are feeling right now. Let's be incredibly clear here. This is not normal. This convergence we're seeing is a massive anomaly. We aren't just looking at isolated, day-to-day news cycles anymore. We're looking at a deeply complex web of tension. And to really grasp the gravity of this, we have to break it down, pillar by pillar. So let's start with the most immediate threat. Part 1. The global tripwire. Global tensions are sharply back in focus, and top officials are operating on an absolute knife's edge. Behind the scenes, we're seeing marked increases in military activity, rapid-fire international warnings, and heavily heightened defense readiness. Intelligence officials are watching these sensitive regions around the clock because, frankly, the margin for error has completely vanished. One single miscalculation, it could trigger a massive chain reaction. And honestly, that uncertainty is the most dangerous part of all this. Part 2. The economic trigger. Now, this is where that global tension bleeds directly into our personal reality. We're seeing sustained market pressures that are literally gutting the daily stability of millions of people. Inflation simply refuses to fade away. Interest rates are keeping huge financial institutions in a state of total paralysis, and market volatility, it's been absolutely wild. Here's the brutal truth we have to face. When the economy becomes this unpredictable, the foundational stability of everyday society really begins to fracture. The entire system is incredibly fragile right now. Big investors are absolutely hyper-focused on tech and AI stocks, which means just one single policy change out of Washington or one minor central bank adjustment could shift billions of dollars in a fraction of a second. Wealth is literally hanging on a razor's edge here. And well, that brings us to the very people who are making those policies. Part 3. The political gridlock. In Washington, D.C., lawmakers are fundamentally paralyzed. The dynamic playing out is dangerously simple. The debates over our security and our economics are getting sharper, they're getting louder, but the actual decisions, they are just indefinitely delayed. And in a high-pressure environment like the one we're in, this gridlock means even minor political moves turn into explosive national headlines overnight. The very system meant to solve the crisis is actually amplifying it. Part 4. The viral accelerants. Now here's the real twist, a curveball that previous generations literally never had to face. As the source material points out, news doesn't just come from TV anymore. It comes straight to our phones. We're getting it from reels, short videos, and immediate push notifications. This chaotic, high-speed digital energy acts like a massive magnifying glass, making the national panic feel absolutely inescapable. Just track the life cycle of this accelerant for a second. Minute 1, a breaking global warning hits social media. Minute 10, it is everywhere, intermixed with celebrity moments and viral clips spreading across every single network. And in real time, the entire nation is suddenly watching the exact same crisis unfold simultaneously. This constant, unavoidable digital exposure just feeds the fire, minute by minute. Part 5. The Great Shift. Let's connect the dots. First, we have the international tripwire, military activity balancing right on a knife's edge. Compounding that, we have the economic tremor, billions of dollars ready to shift in an instant. Add in the third layer, deep systemic gridlock in Washington, stalling absolutely any resolution. And finally, wrap all of that in the relentless, real-time acceleration of the digital world, where every single person is watching the tension spike on their screens. When you lay it all out like that, it leaves us with one haunting question. Are we just going through a normal set of cyclical challenges, or are we witnessing the early signs of a massive, permanent shift in our world? Look, the data is still coming in, but the tension is real, and the stakes could not possibly be higher. To understand exactly how this develops, make sure you subscribe to catch our next explainer, because the very next story, it might just change everything.